Yesterday it was autumn, and today it's winter.
I'm looking at the forecast for Denali, and I just noticed that there's a little winter weather advisory, and it says snow and blowing snow expected. Plan on slippery road conditions. Total snow accumulation of 6 to 8 inches are expected.
No.
Visibility will be reduced to 1/2 a mile or less.
No.
Where? Denali.
No.
When? 8 p.m. today to 6 a.m. Saturday. Additional details: look for reduced visibility at times. North winds gusting to 30 miles per hour are expected.
Imagine we're camping in our car and there's 6 to 8 inches of snow on top of the car. How do we get out? We don't have four-wheel drive and we don't have a snow shovel. We have a poop shovel.
I know.
The poop shovel's not big enough to shovel snow. We slept really well last night. It was much warmer last night than it was the night before. I feel really good. I feel rested. During the night, there's condensation on the walls because it's so much warmer in here than out there. So I'm gonna try and dry off the walls a little bit before we close up the tent. We're gonna get up and repack the van so that we have access to everything we need for the next 24 to 48 hours without having to dig around into the storage container. Because the storage unit in the bench is really difficult to access, and we're starting to realize that once we put something in there, we will avoid going to get it at all costs. So we're going to reorganize everything and maybe even set up the bed in the camper, because the next couple of days are going to be such bad weather that I don't think the tent camper is going to work for that. So time to reorganize and hit the road.
I'm Claire, and this is my best friend Justin. Today is the third day of our campervan road trip in Alaska, and in spite of the weather warnings, we're headed north to Denali National Park. Yesterday, we got to enjoy the park from the sky, and now we're going to drive into the park and explore on foot.
Everywhere we've been so far has felt a lot like Colorado, but this is something really new. Always leave a place better than you found it.
It is much colder up here than it was where we were last night. My gloves without fingers have been fine for me the whole trip so far, but I don't think that's gonna fly here. It is so cold. There's one main 92-mile-long road in the park. In the summer, most of it is only accessible by bus, bike, or on foot, and in the winter, the road is unmaintained and typically closed. We've somehow managed to arrive at the perfect time. The buses have stopped running for the season, but the road is still open for cars. We just happened to be here right before a big snow is coming. 30 miles of road is open today. Every turn reveals new and beautiful views, and we're keeping our eyes peeled for wildlife.
We're setting off to hike Mount Healy Overlook Trail, which sort of can be as long as you want it to be. It's marked up to a point, and you can keep going if you want, but it's not marked after that. So people have died on this trail. The storm's blowing in, so we have to be back maybe by 7 to be safe. I just don't want to get caught in the storm on the mountain, so we'll see how the weather ends up treating us. I have on 3 pairs of gloves, and my fingers feel okay for now. I have rain gear in my bag, so does Justin. So if we need extra warmth, we can have it. This trail is so well maintained. I'm not having much knee pain today, so that's really encouraging, but I do think it's gonna end up getting steep because that's where we're gonna end up there. But it's a beautiful trail, gorgeous autumn colors, and I think Justin's happy too. Back here is where we started. This isn't sponsored. Nothing I do is sponsored. Eddie Bauer, this coat is top of the line. This wind is so cold and so biting, and this coat keeps it all the way. This coat was recommended to me by Justin. He loves Eddie Bauer.
I love Eddie Bauer.
That was such bad acting, and he actually does love Eddie Bauer. This whole other mountain range just opened up in front of us. Woo! This is the end of the maintained trailhead, and the trail is beautiful. It's really well maintained and very easy to climb. A little tougher on me today since I'm having a pretty decent amount of knee pain. You can keep going. Just keep going at your own risk. Justin running with the GoPro up and down the mountain is one of the cutest things I've ever seen. When we get down the mountain, I'm gonna Google what's going on with my knee, because basically it only hurts when I bend it. So if I walk like it's a peg leg, it doesn't hurt at all. But the second I bend it, I have really sharp pain in the outside of my left knee. I'm pretty sure I just strained a muscle or something, which is honestly very annoying because I really want to be able to hike. I'm really taking it easy on the way down and just limping along and not bending my knee. Poor Justin spends all his time just sort of waiting on me, which is not that much different from a normal hike, but you know what I mean. It's pathetic that it's come to this, but honestly, this works. We're going at a decent pace.
We've got 3 legs.
The main goal of this is just to keep from injuring myself further. When I keep my leg straight, it doesn't hurt at all. So even though we're going so fast, I'm not bending my leg, and so it doesn't hurt.
Little Speedy Gonzales over there.
We're back at the visitor center, and we're gonna go park the car at Riley Creek Campground, which is a free campground. What? Is that what my hair looks like? I'm sorry. The snowstorm doesn't look like it's going to be that bad right now. It's projected to be 3 inches of snow overnight, so we should wake up to a pretty winter wonderland. It looks like it's going to be pretty easy to deal with. There's only one campsite we've seen so far that's occupied, and it's this one. All the other campsites are open.
Should we park right next to them to make them mad?
No. No, we shouldn't. We found a place to sleep tonight. We have a really private, lovely campground. We're gonna work on making some chili. There's no can opener, but we got a knife and a rock, so. Hey. Oh, hot. Justin, this is so good.
It's good, right?
It's so good.
It's better than the Colorado one.
Oh yeah. I've been wanting to film a full tour of the van for you guys, but since the moment we got it, we have been completely incapable of keeping it clean and tidy enough to look cute on camera. So, I'm gonna show you a little thing that we did today. There's 2 places you can sleep. You can either sleep in the roof nest on top, or you can actually set up a bed downstairs. I guess there's not much to actually see here. We each have a sleeping bag underneath this big blanket, and then there are pieces that go together to extend fully out to a double-sized bed. It is currently snowing. If we get cold tonight, we can always just turn on the car, run the heat for a little bit, and then turn it off again. So this is gonna be the coldest night so far. It's gonna dip down to at least 20 degrees tonight. We're all cozied in and heating up the car for a minute, and then we'll back up photos and go to sleep. Justin has to go pee, so you're gonna see what it looks like outside. Oh, look how gorgeous! And it's sparkling. My knee feels so much better today. I'm pretty confident that this is the fluffiest, most magical snow I've ever seen in my entire life.
How's the coffee, Justin?
So good. I have to bring the French press. It's like more magical.
Yeah.
Today we're hiking Horseshoe Lake Trail. It's relatively flat and easy to do, and so that's why we picked it. And it also should have some pretty views, which we're excited about. It's supposed to be snowing this much for the rest of the day. So we are all decked out in rain gear so we don't get soaked. My camera's covered in a waterproof lining. Justin has his rain pack on, and so hopefully we'll stay nice and warm and have a good hike. The Horseshoe Trail hike is only 4 miles round trip and has 400 feet of elevation change. It's entirely downhill one way and then uphill on your way back. So you gotta save some energy to come back up, but very gentle, very accessibly sweet. It was the perfect choice for this morning. Getting our first peek at the lake. Are you happy?
Yes. The snow's rushing to my face. I'm flying. Lean over to the front a little bit. A little more. Open your eyes. And go back and forth. Side to side.
I can't say wow enough times to this day. Yesterday it was autumn, and today it's winter. There are a couple of other people out on the trail today, but hardly any. I think we've seen 2 or 3 groups of people. This place must be so crowded in the summer, but in the winter it is just paradise. I have really sensitive ears, and so if my ears are cold for more than maybe a minute, I get really uncomfortable. So I've had both jacket hoods up with my hat and my earmuffs on top of it, and I can't hear anything. I don't get to enjoy the silence. I just hear the muffled rustle of clothes. So I'm bracing the cold and just enjoying it a bit because it's so quiet out here. Once we're done with this hike, we have to drive 2 hours to Fairbanks, where we're going to be visiting some hot springs. I read online that you guys have potable water and a dump station.
It's right here next to the propane shack, so there's gonna be like a little rock over the hole.
Okay.
So just move it and put it back out. As long as you got your own hose.
Yeah, we have our own.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you so much, I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
This car has 2 tanks in it. It has a water tank and a dump tank. And the water tank runs a sink that's under here. But since we're in freezing weather, we can't use the sink. So we've been using this thing. Since we have been washing our dishes and putting water down the sink, our dump tank is filling up and we need to empty our dump tank. And we've already been to like 4 places and nobody's open. But this Chevron station has a free place where you can do it. It's not obvious, it's not really well marked, but it is back there. It's that little shack by the propane thing.
Oh, okay.
So we finally found a place that's gonna let us dump our water and get more potable water because we're almost out. And we don't like buying the gallons of water from the store when there are places that offer free potable water. So, woohoo!